Hey there, it's Dawn Clevisol, Stress-Free Bookkeeping. I am broadcasting for you guys today. I wanted to teach you guys how to prep your business and your employees for you to work remotely. I'm using StreamYard. So if you are in the group, my Facebook group, there are instructions on there on how to be able to comment during the live stream, which will help me be able to actually know who I'm talking to when you ask a question. Otherwise, I do see comments, but it doesn't tell me any other information about you. So if you'd like to do that, there are instructions in the group for setting that up. Now, I said I'm using StreamYard. I've never used it to share my screen, so I don't know if that's an option or not. I was clicking around here and I don't see where I can. So I was going to share the images with you, but I think I will just talk you through what it is. So my name is Dawn Clevisol. I'm a certified professional bookkeeper working from home since 2009. I started my business in 2007. I was working for some really big multi-million-dollar companies, and I found it frustrating to be hearing in the news all the time how businesses were failing, small businesses were failing. It kind of nagged at me a lot, and I realized that I could take the tools and techniques that I learned working with the larger businesses and apply that to working with small businesses and helping them. And that is what I have been doing since then. So it's been a really fun journey, and I've helped a lot of people. But along the way, I've also come up with a lot of tips and tricks and things that I use in my office to make everything run seamlessly. Back in 2009, when I went full-time working for myself, I had a 4-year-old and a baby at home. So I really needed to have that flexibility and be able to take care of them, work on my own time frame. And if you're somebody who has an office where you have a centralized place that either people come to or you're going out to them, you realize that's probably not a super flexible option. So what I've been doing is if I have to meet them out, I would meet at a coffee shop, things like that. But I always work from home and remotely since then, before it was cool to work remotely. I've been training my clients to work with me because like I said, it's so much easier for me as a mom to set my own schedule, or if the kids come in and interrupt and I need to do something, I'm not, away at somebody's office, that I was able to stay home with them. So it's been really great. So today I wanted to talk about, like I told you, prep your business and your employees to work remotely. I know that with the coronavirus, a lot of businesses are being told to shutter, to go home. Doesn't mean that you can't still work with your clients if you're in a service-based industry like I am, bookkeeping, accounting. You certainly can do that, but you may not have the tools and tricks that you need at your disposal to really efficiently set up an office for you. And that's where I come in. It's not usually something that I train people on, but it's something I know a lot about. So when all of this hit, and I've been seeing for years, in our Facebook groups, if you're on any of the ones I'm in, there's always people that want to do this transition from home. They don't know how am I going to do this? How do we make this transition? But now we have to make this transition. I thought I would actually step out and give you guys a little bit of information. So like I said, I'm going to see if I can do I might do another recording that I just broadcast to you guys that shows my screen. Because when I click here, it's not giving me the option to let you actually see what I'm seeing. So with that said, my big idea is that working from home or moving your employees to remote work can seem overwhelming when it's something you've never done before, but that's where I come in. I've been helping clients for over 10 years, as I just said. My expertise and tools that I have can make this transition for you as stress-free as possible. Okay, so your remote work plan. Gosh, the slide's so pretty. I wish you guys could see it. Anyway, your remote work plan. There's 5 steps that I come up with for you, right? So step 1 are your communication tools. Step 2, online meetings for your team and your clients. 3, access to critical data. 4, online scheduling. And 5, put procedures in writing. So those are the 5 things that I'm going to be talking to you about today. So again, if you're new to working from home, or if it's something that you've had an office, you just never really thought about how those processes happen at home, this is for you. So the few the few things that I use, I've actually started implementing over the last few months. Previous to the communication tools I'm going to give you, I did like everyone else, doing emails back and forth with people. But I discovered something called Slack. Slack.com is where you would go to look at that. And Slack is a communication tool. It's an online platform. It allows you to keep your conversations with your clients or with your employees all in one place. So you're keeping everything organized. Everyone on the team has the most up-to-date information. You know what's happening. We use it for team communication and client communication. Currently, I have, trying to see how to describe it since I don't have the video for you. So it's basically a window that you open up on your computer or your phone, and it has what's called channels in there. And so each channel, you click on the channel, and that's where the list of communications back and forth is happening. And so you could do that for your office and then have separate channels for each of your clients, because you have to invite people to each channel. So you, as the business owner or the person that's setting this up for yourself, you would have access to all of your channels, but then you would assign team members access to individual channels. And again, I understand that may be a little confusing without seeing it. If I get enough interest, I'm thinking that I might post another video, a couple tutorials, so that you guys can really see what it is that I'm talking about. But what happens inside of Slack, like I said, you have, so it'll say the date, and then you put @ and the person's name, and that way they get notified that they're getting a message. If they have their phone set up, it'll ding on their phone, which is great because it's an instant messaging program. So you can see right away what's happening. They can respond to you right away. You can set it when you're off hours. You can set it that you're away so that people know that they can send you a message, but you're not going to be getting back to them right away. The other great thing that I like about Slack is the next communication tool that I'm going to tell you about. And that is Workstreams for your office. So Workstreams is an online project management tool that works with Slack. So you've probably heard of Monday.com, and because they advertise a lot. I see their ads a lot. And it's similar to Asana, Monday, those kind of programs where it gives you a place to organize your actual workflow. So you create a channel over there that ends up linking to your Slack channel. So what Workstreams will let you do, so it kind of depends on how you have your business set up. So you could use it with your employees. I use it with my clients to let them know where I am in the work. So inside of Slack, if I'm about to start someone's work, I'll say, starting the December books. And then what that does is it brings up a line in there that says that. So it's just like a communication, like a text that says starting the books. And then I go over to Workstreams, and I take the template I've created for that client's work for the month, and I set it up. And as soon as you set it up, the 5 or 10 things you have to do that month will also show up over in Slack. So they'll all of a sudden, it'll say, December work started, and then all of a sudden it has every task that you're going to do for that month just shows up in there. And it's really comforting for clients. They don't necessarily use the Workstreams portion of Slack. It's just comforting for them because they can see where you are. They can see, oh, this is a pending project, or they can see this is something you're in progress on or completed. The other nice thing is you can assign channels to them inside of Slack and Workstreams as well. So when you're in your Slack profile and you have something that you want them to work on, you can actually assign it to them. They work on it, they get you the answer they want, they post that back in your Slack channel, and then they assign it back to you. And then you get a message saying, hey, that task has been completed. It's just a very nice way of streamlining your work, making it so that you don't miss anything. And if you're having to work from home, or if you're wanting to move your office into a home environment, this is one of the best ways I've found to communicate with your clients. And it also makes them feel more comfortable because they can literally see where you are throughout the course of the day. Okay, so step 2, online meetings for you, your team, and your clients. Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to go back to StreamYard if I can and just see if anyone's asking any questions. Okay, no questions. That's good. Okay, so step 2, you want to be able to do online meetings for your team and for your clients. There are two things that I use in my business to do that. First one is called Whereby. Whereby does work with Slack as well. So there's a little app in there. If you want to have a meeting, you just do @Whereby and it'll pop up the meeting information for the client. The other reason that I chose this is that with their free features, you can have a meeting of, I think it's 4 people. And then with the paid one, it's up to 50 people. So for a free program, it's nice because people don't have to be tech savvy to use this. They don't have to download a lot of things. Like the next one that I'm going to talk about is Zoom. And with some of those other programs that you're using, they have to download it. And people who aren't comfortable with computers really do not like that at all. They don't like when it's asking them, do you want to load this and things. They get uncomfortable. So Whereby is more of a internet browser based thing. You put in the name of the thing. Like I think I usually just use my name. So it'll say, Whereby/Dawn Clavesol, and then they get right into the group. We talk. You can actually record videos and do everything in there. So it's an online conference room. It's a great resource for your face-to-face meetings. The free version gives you one room with a custom and unique URL. So that's good. You have that you can share with your clients. You can have up to 4 participants, like I said. It's on desktop and mobile, screen sharing, room locking. The paid version starts at $9.99 a month, and that has recording and branded rooms. And you would find that one at whereby.com, and it's WHEREBY, Whereby. Okay, I'm going to bounce out again just to make sure that nobody is asking anything. Okay, I think we're good. Hope I'm live. I guess I am. Okay. Have you ever done that where you start recording and then you think you're live and you're like, wait, I just talked for an hour and nobody heard anything. Okay, so the second online meeting tool that I would recommend for you is Zoom. I'm sure that you've heard of Zoom. A lot of online meetings happen in this platform. You can have up to 1,000 participants with the paid plan on here. And I'm not sure how much their lower end products are, but I'm pretty sure that I have a free version of this, but I don't remember paying them for this program. Of course, if you need more rooms, you need more people to be able to talk to, that's something that you'd want to grow with the program. But if you have a larger team, this office meeting software is better for you than Whereby would be. You can host up to 100 participants with the free plan. There you go. And unlimited one-on-one meetings. They do give you a 40-minute limit on the meeting time with the free version, and unlimited number of meetings are included with your free plan. So that is available at Zoom, Z000. Oh my gosh. It's like, that's fine. ZOOM.us would be where you go for that. All right. It's been a long week, you guys. Been trying to homeschool the kids this week and work, so that's been fun. I'm sure a lot of you are in the same position. So step 3 is access to critical data. So you're going to need access to your client's data. You're going to need your workers. Maybe you're going to need access to their computers that are at your office. So the first program that I love, I found a few years ago. If you're in the accounting field, you know that it's so difficult to get information from your clients because they're busy running their companies, and it doesn't become a priority for them to get you bank statements and different things. They're just not thinking about it. And it would take me probably the first couple weeks of every month just to gather all the information that I needed for people in order to get started on their books. And it was a very stressful process. So with HubDoc, they have a free trial, and this app gives you bank level security to automatically retrieve your bank statements and recurring bills. It syncs with both Xero and QuickBooks Online, and you can use it for your expense tracking because it lets you snap pictures of your receipts. And once you do that, they automatically appear in the app. This is a wonderful tool. Like I said, if you have a bank that's very well integrated with them, like Chase Bank, you can actually see copies of their checks. You can see copies of deposits. And like I said, it's a huge time saver to have really instant access to that information whenever you want to sit down to work, because it's checking the bank systems and things every night. You can actually sit down and the information from the day before, all of it is there. You're not having to reach out to your client. You're not having to find hey, did you send that yet? Or can you upload it? No, it's already there. So that's a really great tool. The other one that I use is called ShareFile. And when I started out with this, and I think I'm grandfathered in, I pay about $20 a month. When I was looking at the website to see what it might be for you guys, it seems like it's maybe about $55. But what ShareFile is, it's a client hub that lets you securely share files with your clients and your staff. I use this as a client portal to give my clients a simple but secure way to send me files and passwords. I also use it, I'm sending sensitive financial data, and so I need something that's encrypted. Some people use, things like Box. I think it's box.net or box.com. But that program is not secure. That's fine if you're doing, things for your friends and family, but I would not recommend doing something for business if it's not using bank level security. And for ShareFile, you'll find that at sharefile.com. Now, you're going to want your access to your client's computer. You're going to want your people to have access to their own computers, maybe. So how do we do that? Well, I was using a program called ShareConnect, which is part of the ShareFile company. But when I was looking this up, it looks like they're doing away with my program that I love in 3 months. So they're recommending, and I have also used GoToMyPC so that you can remote access computers. With that one, you get one user, unlimited remote access, file transfer and syncing, and remote printing. And so for that one, you can go to get.gotomypc.com to find out more about getting that for you to be able to access more information that you will need. Okay, so step 4, online scheduling. Scheduling appointments with clients can eat up a lot of time going back and forth with emails. If your schedule's busy, their schedule's busy. I'm sure that you've experienced this one as well. You send out, hey, can you meet at this time? Maybe you don't even hear back till the next day, and then they send, and then the time they sent isn't right for you, back and forth. So I use a couple different things to organize that process so that I can just send out a link. Someone emails me, hey, I'd like to know more about your business. I'm like, all right, well, here's a link to my discovery call. They get the link, they schedule the appointment when it's convenient for them. Also convenient for me because I've put the information about when the schedule is open inside of the program. And that way we're pretty much getting a message within an hour and we know when we're going to meet up at a later date. I was using Acuity scheduling, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I'm currently using Appointlet. Gave me a little bit more flexibility. I thought in the I like the way it looked better. They're pretty similar. I would say use either one. And the first one, again, it's Appointlet. It's free. And they have a paid version that is $8 a month. So there's, even if you're on the paid version, it's not very expensive. They give you unlimited bookings, unlimited meeting types, unlimited form fields, and it integrates with your Google Calendar. That is at appointlet.com. So appoint and then let.com. The second one is, like I already mentioned, is Acuity scheduling. Acuity's been around a really long time, so they know what they're doing. They are a self-scheduling. They offer client self-scheduling. They offer unlimited services and appointments, customizable with paid plans, including integration with other calendars. They have programs that are free up to about $50 a month, depending on what you want to do. If you have something where you want to sell your online course, or you want people to go to book a time for your online course, and that is a paid feature. There's things like that Acuity lets you do that's kind of cool. You can actually set up your services inside of their program, and people can pay for your service at the time that they schedule the appointment. Which brings us to Google Calendar. So like I said, I've used Acuity and Appointlet, and because I've been in business for a while, some of my sites still have the Acuity link set up. And again, I'm on the free program with them. So it works out really well because the Acuity and the Appointlet both sync with my Google Calendar. So if someone schedules from either one, it doesn't really matter because with it syncing, they're only going to see the times that are available to them based on what is scheduled in my Google Calendar. So if Appointlet schedules something at 10 o'clock, the Google Calendar is going to pick it up. And then if they're on Acuity, they're not going to see that 10 o'clock as an option. I'm sure you're probably familiar with Google Calendar, but if you're not, it's an online calendar that helps you link all of your calendars together. I find it useful to block off times on that calendar rather than try to use either of the other scheduling software to block off times. I've done that in the past, and it can be a little bit wonky to be in their program and trying to say, okay, block off this time frame, this time frame. It's much easier just to go into your Google Calendar, and within a few clicks, you can say, block off the times if you're on vacation, or maybe you're changing your hours. You can go and do that in there. And then, because, like I said, those two programs are syncing to Google Calendar, they won't even see those as an option when somebody tries to book an appointment. Brings us to step 5. Step 5 is putting the procedures in writing. Now, I don't know if you have written procedures in your office currently. You probably should, just because it helps people know exactly what they should be doing. But whether you do or not, you really want to create or update employee job descriptions at this time. Clarity is going to be very important when we're making this change, because it's new for you and it's new for your employees. It's new for your clients. You want to be very clear when you're working with your employees that they have a really founded idea of what your expectations are going to be from them. So you want to create or update their job descriptions, and that will give them that clarity that they're searching for right now. Number 2 is update your engagement letter for your clients. So your clients will be comforted by having an engagement letter that clearly outlines your expectations. What this includes is the dates of the arrangement, when payments from them are going to be due, what time frame they should expect from you for work, as far as, and what your response times are going to be if they have a question about something, the scope of the work that you're going to provide for them, and what you expect from them. Those are all things that you want to include. It just makes it easier for you both to have something to point to if there's ever a question about what you were supposed to be working on, when you said you'd work on it, things like that. I would recommend at this time, if you're working from home, especially if you have children at home, build in a little bit more cushion. If you would normally get back to them, in 2 days, make it 5, something like that, just to give yourself a little bit more flexibility. And if there's somebody who's used to having you on site, if they're used to having you be engaged with them really quickly, it's going to take a little training if you are going to change the way that you would normally work with them. I've had clients that I've had to do that with recently too, just because I'm implementing all of these procedures in my business. Maybe they've been with me from the beginning and they haven't had that happen before. And so some of the things that I have to do inside of Slack are just say, thanks for sending the information. I'll get to it on X date when I'm working in your account. And you might have to say something like that over and over again, just till they get the idea of, okay, she's working on it. She's going to get to it at the time that we've already arranged and agreed on in the engagement letter. So make sure that you have that updated engagement letter. It's good for you. It's good for them. Now, 3rd is write down and distribute procedures for your employees. So you're going to do the employee job description, right? And you're going to have an engagement letter for your clients. But you want to make sure that that your employees know what all of that is. They're going to need to know more than just their own job descriptions. They're going to need to know what are they supposed to do for each of these clients that you're working with, right? So write down and distribute those procedures for them, along with their new job responsibilities. They're going to need those clear guidelines for how to work with your customers and how they'll be communicating with them in this new dynamic that we've created. The more information that you provide them, that's better. That includes copies of that engagement letter that you are going to be sharing with your client and having them sign. By the way, make sure they sign that and send it back to you. You're going to want them to have a copy of that as well. So I'm just going to recap so that you have an idea. Actually, before I recap, I think I'll jump out here and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, we did not miss any questions, so we're good there. So your remote work plan, as we just outlined. Step 1, your office communication tools. You want to get those set up. I'm using Slack and WorkStreams. Step 2, online meetings. I'm using Whereby and Zoom. Step 3, access to client data. I use HubDoc, ShareFile, and GoToMyPC. Online scheduling is step 4, and that I've already mentioned are Appointlet, Acuity, and then Google Calendar. Step 5, having a procedural guide. You want job descriptions, engagement letters, and shared procedures to be part of that program there. So I'm going to make a PDF of my slideshow, you guys, and just send that. I'll put that in the group as well so that you have a copy of everything that I talked about, like in your hand. I think that would be good. So let's connect. Again, my name is Dawn Clevisol. I'm with Stress Free Bookkeeping. I am a Profit First professional. I'm a certified business consultant and professional bookkeeper. You can schedule a discovery call with me if you'd like. I'll drop that line in the, what do you call it? I'll drop that below after I post this. And then if you are seeing this in my Facebook page or somewhere else on the internet, you are more than welcome to join my Facebook group. It's Profit First Business Owners. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. Know that you can do this. That is why I wanted to present this to you today. These procedures can be done. Don't expect yourself to know everything immediately. And if you think that you might want a walkthrough on any of these items, let me know. If I get like at least 10 people interested in each type of program, I would be more than glad to sit down, do a video where I actually show you my screen and walk you through the entire setup and how to work each of this program. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you, and I know that your business is going to succeed.